Good morning and welcome to the Serengeti. This place is absolutely silly, it's going to blow your mind. We arrived yesterday from Arusha, we drove through the Ngorogoro Crater, arrived in the middle of the Serengeti, and we've got 2 nights here, the first of which we just spent. So I thought, okay, let me just not start vlogging yesterday, I'll just record whatever animals we see and I'll tell you about them this morning. Little did I know that we would see pretty much every animal you could possibly hope to see under the sun on our drive through. And just bear in mind where my expectations are set before we get started. So I was actually vegan from 2015 to 2019 for 4 years. And obviously we're in 2023 now. And prior to that, I hadn't even been to a zoo since I was a kid. So obviously since being vegan, you don't go to a zoo. And then since coming off the back of that, I've not been to a zoo. So I've not seen any of these animals ever. And most of these animals since I was like a, you know, an 8-year-old, 7-year-old kid at a safari park. So it's pretty special for me to finally see so many of these animals. So we kick things off, we're driving through the crater, and already we see a huge couple of families of baboons, like 40 baboons on our way through, which was pretty awesome. Was not expecting to see that at all. But then we drive down and through on our way to the Serengeti Park, because the Ngorogoro Park borders the Serengeti National Park. And as we're doing so, we see like hundreds of zebra and, am I American? I just said zebra. Hundreds of zebra and like over 10 giraffes all feeding together, like on the same plains. The zebras on the grass and then the giraffes feeding off the trees. Incredibly special. So we stopped and enjoyed that on our way through for about 20 minutes. Now I'm sure many of you will have heard of the Great Migration, and obviously you've all heard of the Serengeti. And the Great Migration is a phenomenon where over 1.6 million animals, a combination of wildebeest and zebra, migrate their way around the park depending on the season. So they have their calves in the southeast portion of the Serengeti, and then they work clockwise throughout the year all the way around the park, and then end up back there at the same time next year. And it's about March where they have the calvings, or they have the calves. That sounded like I was trying to say Bitcoin halving then. So they have the calving in March. So now we're obviously midway through April, so they've finished, all the new calves are born, and they're working their way up clockwise round through to the south, the southwest, and then into the north of the Serengeti. And so we caught all of them obviously on our way through to driving to the central Serengeti. And the vastness of the animals as you're driving through, obviously because the plains are so flat, you can see for miles and miles in each direction. So you can just see, it's like looking at stars in the night sky. You can see like the layers upon layers of animals behind each other. It's surreal. So at this point, I'm thinking to myself, okay, sick. So we've seen a few cool things. I'll tell them about this in the morning, and then we're gonna see the real big hitters, you know, the rest of the big 5 on the next coming days. However, there was more excitement to be had. So then as we're driving along even further, we just see an ostrich popping along. So I got to witness an ostrich in its natural habitat, followed by vultures in trees. So there was a couple, got to see one in flight at one point, but didn't catch it on camera. And then out of nowhere, we got to see the king and the queen of the savannah. So we saw a couple of pairs of male lions, like right next to the car. We just stopped and they were being, you know, lazy sleeping lions in the sun. So just so you know, this isn't a green screen and I'm not faking being in the middle of the Serengeti right now. There's some wildebeest. Got to watch out for lions, to be fair. There's some wildebeest about 50 meters away from me, just making their way through the grass. Obviously the sun's up now, so I've got to be pretty conscious of my surroundings. Anyway, let me just finish telling you about yesterday before we crack on with today. Then you must be thinking, Adam, you're doing my head in, mate. The day must be done. Surely you've seen all the animals possible to see. No. Next we had a jackal. They're like little dogs, I think, and they feed off the smaller animals in the Serengeti, so like hares and rabbits and stuff. So yeah, we got to see one of them chilling and then walk away as soon as it saw us. And then finally, as we're driving down the road, there's a hyena wants to cross the road. So just a single solitary hyena. Potentially again, we'll see a pack in the next couple of days, but so cool to see this solitary hyena walking its way across the road. We didn't get a laugh out of it though. Obviously didn't think we were funny enough or threatening enough. So yeah, like day one, I was expecting to see a few things, as I said, and tell you about them now, but mind absolutely blown at the sheer diversity and number of animals in the Serengeti. And obviously 1.6 million zebra and wildebeest means that the number, that's a lot of food if you're a lion. So the numbers of lions in this place is just incredible. Speaking of which, I should probably get out of this high grass and make my way. I'll show you where we're staying. So yeah, Mafie Adventures has pulled it out the bag again. Mafie Adventures is the company that I went on my Kilimanjaro hike with. So if you've not seen that video yet, go back and check out the Kilimanjaro video. And so I've teamed up with them again for this safari, and obviously not been disappointed if you want to check them out and do this for yourself. So to be completely honest with you, I had no idea where we were going to be staying. I honestly thought we were camping, so I didn't bring all of my proper stuff. But it turns out we're in these amazing huts. So I'll show you where I spent the night last night and where I'm going to spend the night tonight for our 2 nights in the Serengeti. Pretty sweet, right? That's all you need. So yeah, we had a great sleep in here. Well, I had a great sleep in here. There's a couple of Swiss boys who were on our group that slept next door. And then there's another couple of girls in the group who we will link up very shortly. But right now it is 5 minutes to 7. So we're gonna grab some breakfast and then kick off with the day and see what day 2 in the Serengeti has to offer.
Oh, thank you.
Breakfast completed, the typical African breakfast. We've got pancakes and egg and toast. That's what I had every day on the mountain, and it seems like it's going to be a key theme, but I'm not complaining. Here are the 2 Swiss boys that I mentioned to you earlier.
Hi guys.
They have greetings from Switzerland.
Hi. Greetings from Switzerland, from the start. Yes, please. We are in the middle of Serengeti and we are enjoying breakfast with Adam.
Excellent.
See you late, guys. I know who.
Nice to see you.
I hope you know.
We said 8:30.
We got the lunch for later.
No problem.
See you later, Innocent.
So we're on the road now for day 2, and Ellie, who is our trusted guide for showing us all the animals today, said that we're going somewhere slightly different in the hope of seeing cheetah. So that's the #1 task, yeah?
Definitely.
Let's see what we can do. So first up, we've got a big group of elephants up front that we're driving towards now. How many you think? Like 15, 10? Yeah, about 10.
Ellie the elephant finder. That's what they call you, yeah?
The man with the keen eye has spotted 2 lions, so we're gonna head over now. So ever since we saw that couple of lions, we've been on the hunt for cheetahs. And as we were driving through a different part of the Serengeti, we've stumbled across over 100,000 wildebeests, like mixed in with zebras as well. Like just an incredible sheer number. Since then, we've just been going through this lowland grass area to see if we can potentially come across a cheetah. How's it looking at the moment? No cheetahs in sight, but I did get some incredible pictures of some zebras up front, some gazelles up close as well, and a really good shot of a wildebeest up close. So we found another couple of jackals and a hyena over there. We'll see if we can get a little bit closer to the hyena. Still in this lowland, seeing if we can get any other predators. So there's a pool of water literally right in front, and this hyena is coming across to, we think, drink from it. And there's another hyena in the water now, so I'm gonna get a video of it walking through. We have another lion in close proximity to these zebras, just chilling around this pool we're going to go over now. How was that?
Great. Amazing.
At long last, the man has done it. We've got 2 cheetahs. Check this out. I cannot believe that. That was so special. Literally 6 foot away from those 2 cheetahs. You're saying one was a mother, one was a cub, yeah?
Yeah, the mother cheetah and her cub.
And the mother was the one standing or sitting up.
Yeah, the one that was sitting up.
Awesome. How old do you think the cub was?
Approximately 2 years and a half.
Okay, yeah. Nice. So we've stopped for lunch under this tree now. Was that a vulture before or not?
Yeah,
yeah. So hopefully they don't steal our lunch.
They don't.
Good. All right, lunch finished. Thank you very much. We need to thank Innocent, yeah, for lunch. And now we're going to go back to the cheetahs. Just have a little one last look in case we don't see any more. And then this afternoon, you think we can see a buffalo or not?
Yeah, on our way back to Central Serengeti, we'll just see some of the herds of buffaloes too.
Cool. That's like the last big thing to tick off, yeah?
Yeah.
Anything else after that, or you think
probably some hippos around.
Yeah.
In the Central Serengeti, we can get the chance to see as well.
There you go. Still plenty more animals to come. The man has done it again. It's very important that we don't get out of the car now because there is a hippo about 15 meters away from us. And hippos are very aggressive, no?
Definitely very dangerous.
Here you go. And that brings an end to the second day on the Serengeti. I couldn't believe seeing those lions today. The fact we got to see that pride of 4 brothers all together straight onto those cheetahs that we were trying to find all day. So the plan of action for tomorrow is hopefully we're going to see a buffalo. We've got another game drive in the morning here on the Serengeti, and then we're going to move on to the Ngorogoro Crater, which we drove through on that first day, and see what that has in store for us before tying up the end of this safari. So fly on my lip. It's not going away every time I brush it. So yeah, we'll see you first thing in the morning. What did you think of today, boys? Turn it around.
It was amazing. It was an amazing day. We had a lot of fun and saw a lot of animals.
Perfect. See you tomorrow. Fast forward to the next morning and we got straight on our final game drive in the Serengeti, and the first thing we saw as the sun was coming up was a couple of impala having a little scrap, a little morning battle, followed by a huge pool of hippos. How many hippos do you think there was, Ellie?
Yeah, they were probably not less than 50.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then we saw 2 of them having a scrap, like a assertion of dominance, but not a proper fight, just like a little play fight. And then the hunt for the leopard continued. So we're driving back down to where we were yesterday afternoon. I didn't want to tell you we were looking for a leopard in case we couldn't find one, but luckily, after scouring the trees for an hour or 2, we found one. And what we're doing currently is we're driving around the other side of this lake to get a closer look at the tree. We can just about see it with these binoculars, but it's so far away. But you can just about make out the spots and see the tail hanging in the tree. So we'll see if we can get any footage of it. But yeah, awesome to see it lurking up there, waiting to come down at some point. So we managed to get a video of the leopard in the end, just a little one far away, but you can see that silhouette just lurking its way across that horizontal branch. Yeah, so we've just seen buffalo for the first time as well, a couple of them. Well, how many? Three of them. And we're gonna try and catch some lions now before we leave the Serengeti for good. Animals everywhere. Who would have thought, eh, in the Serengeti? I'm gonna end the video here because I think we've absolutely hounded all of the content and I'm sure we're gonna see so much more stuff. But I'm glad that I could bring you along and share the full experience that I've had over the last couple of days. So yeah, the plan now is we're gonna drive back towards the Ngorogoro Crater. If there's any cool scenes or shots, I'll stick them in at the end of the video. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching and I'll see you on the next adventure. Thank you very much for watching this one. What do they need to do, Kate?
Oh God.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Oh. Oh God.